One day, during a holiday in the small town, Henry decided to gather all their friends to go into the forest. They packed everything they needed and set off on their adventure. They wandered through the forest, laughing and joking, enjoying the peace and tranquility of the woods. They searched for hours, but they found nothing. Just as they were about to give up, Henry stumbled upon a strange place. It was a small clearing, hidden from view, where the grass was overgrown and the earth was soft. Without thinking, Henry started to dig, and to his surprise, he found a large black box buried beneath the dirt. It was 1.5 meters long, and it was heavy. They all gathered around, and they tried to open the box, but it wouldn't budge. The discovery, the friends gathered around the black box and tried to pry it open, but it wouldn't budge. They used sticks and rocks, but it was no use. They couldn't get it open. They took a break, and they sat down, exhausted. They talked and joked, but the tension was building. They all wanted to know what was inside the box. After a while, they tried again, and this time, they were successful. The box creaked open, and they all held their breath, waiting to see what was inside. What they found inside made their blood run cold. The box was filled with bones, human bones. They all stared in horror, not knowing what to do. As they stood there, frozen, a sudden wind picked up, and they heard strange whispers and sounds. They felt as though they had released something dark and ominous. The release, the wind continued to howl, and the sounds grew louder. They felt as though something was watching them, something dark and malevolent. They were all terrified, and they wanted to leave, but they couldn't. They decided to take the strange amulet that was also in the box and leave the bones behind. As they turned to leave, they heard a voice that seemed to come from nowhere. The voice said, "You have released me. You have set me free. You will regret it." They all turned to run, but they were lost. They had no idea which way to go. They were trapped in the forest, and something was after them. The signs, as they walked through the forest, they saw strange signs on the trees. They were made of sticks and branches, and they showed the image of a man and mystical signs. They were scared and confused, and they didn't know what to do. They were running out of food and water, and they were lost. They knew they had to find a way out, but they didn't know how. As they walked, they noticed that the signs were getting closer together, and they knew they were getting closer to something. They didn't know what it was, but they could feel it. They pitched their tents for the night, but they knew they were not safe. They could feel something watching them, something dark and malevolent. If you are reading this diary, then you found it in the forest. Tell everyone this story, warn people, it is better not to enter this forest.